Hi everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back explorers to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with all that said, good morning everyone. So last Sunday I talked about the different anime that's coming up with their second seasons. I also talked about a few animes that I knew of that finished a long time ago or recently that we didn't think was going to have a second season, but it currently has or is having a second season as I speak right now. However, I want to talk about a different anime that have actually been completed, and also I want to talk about fairy tales. So, why fairy tales, right? So there are some different anime that do have either subtle or overt fairy tale connections. Now, I love everything to do with fairy tales. Especially the really famous ones, the ones everyone knows. And yes, I don't know if Red Riding Hood counts as a fairy tale, but I'm gonna say it does, even if it doesn't. Oh, wow. I could be wrong, or I could be right. But either way, first anime that has a very subtle fairy tale reference in the very beginning with the whole once upon a time beginning is a subtle nod to the whole fairy tale uh, genre, I guess. But either way, that anime is Sleepy Princess in the Demon's Castle. It starts with a fairy tale beginning and, um, at least I find it to be kind of a fairy tale ending. At least one would think. However, with that one, we go on to, believe it or not, Apple Sugar Fairy Tale. I'd say that's a pretty overt reference to fairy tales in general. This is a series that had fairies. It was darker. It has a good beginning, sort of, and where they ended, I kind of hope they have a second season because the ending was too dark for me. Now, the final anime that has a very overt fairy tale reference in the title, at least, and oh wow, if you actually watch some of the episodes, especially the first one, references are very overt. The anime I'm talking about is Snow White with the red hair. And from what I've seen, there has been no talking about the fairy tale aspect. of this particular anime. It's always been Snow White with the red hair has always been compared to Yona of the Dawn, which I don't think has any fairy tale connections at all. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now, the thing about both Yona of the Dawn and Snow White with the red hair is even after the anime is finished, you're done viewing it, there's still more you can read. Because the stories are not done. However, Unit of the Dawn for the anime feels more like, well, here's the story so far, come read the manga, please. We're not going to give you any kind of ending that you like, just read our manga. However, Snow White with the red hair, although it is finished, with the first season, it was an ending I could stand to live with. It is like is true to form for any fairy tale. And the second season just progressed the story even further and ended it with there may be more, but you can be happy with this because you kind of know where it's going. Now, where Snow White and let me start over. When it comes to Snow White with the red hair, the overt references to the actual story of Snow White that we all know is the bit where the prince, who wants the main character to be his consort, of all things, is talking to the messenger saying, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest in my kingdom? And then the whole thing about his assistant saying, sire, he's just a messenger. And the prince is like, well, he is referring back to me like a mirror would. Same difference. So there's that. The obvious mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? Okay. And then there's the whole thing about poisoned apples. Possibly putting someone to sleep. Or in this case, the main character didn't take a bite out of the apple, but the person he bumped into did. And he's like, drop the apple, don't eat it. And then they collapse. And right after, someone tries, the same person who gave the ultimatum is like, well, this changes things. You'll come with me now. And it's like, yeah. But all she wants is the antidote for the poison that was given, and yet it turns out the person who ate the apple was the second prince of a neighboring kingdom. And, yeah. So the whole chased out of the kingdom by the evil queen, then poisoned, and that's only a small part of the story. And the prince from the neighboring kingdom marries the princess. Or in this case, the common girl. So, either way, that's just the first episode. And what I said is if you continue on throughout the series, things keep progressing, and unlike the Evil Queen, the first prince that you even meet actually does redeem himself in the end. So that's like 20 some episodes. If I'm, yeah, don't worry about it. Just, I would recommend that you actually watch Snow White with the Red Hair if you have a chance to. And yes, this is actually one of those animes that's considered shoujo. Or, yeah, romantic. But either way, I really enjoyed that series when I was able to watch it. I watched it on Crunchyroll with a subscription that was accidentally paid for. Unfortunately, it was one of those things where I tried the free trial period and then I didn't cancel it in time. But that's on me. I enjoyed what I saw, but either way, I think I've talked your ears off long enough, so I'm going to leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Please do. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing off.